Welcome to your April Cairns Market update. I'm Tim from Toomey Schreiber Property Group, your local apartment specialist, and thanks so much for tuning in. Let's jump straight into it with some really good news. Investors have started to return to our local market, with inquiry levels increasing from 15% at the start of the year up to around 20-25%. So there's a lot more investors around now, which is terrific. Healthy average market for Cairns is around 30%, so still not quite where we would like it to be, but a lot better than what it was in January, February. The general sentiment for those investors as to why they're back in the market, why they are looking, they feel that interest rates are likely to come down at the end of the year, just like the general consensus is, and they want to get into the market and secure something before there is an increase in competition on those properties. As we all know, that a decrease in interest rates typically is followed by an increase in activity in the market as properties become more affordable and buyers' mortgages are a little bit more affordable with those lower interest rates. On the other side of the equation, the affordability sector, median body corporate fees in Cairns have increased quite recently. A majority of cases, this is because your insurance premiums have risen due to recent events. This has made body corporate fees a lot more expensive in a region, in an area where they already were a lot more expensive than the norm. I have seen places increase by $4,000, $5,000 and even $6,000 a year in their body corporate fees, which is absolutely astronomical. This is absolutely causing some new properties to come to the market, with those owners deciding they can no longer afford the body corporate fees of their property, or investors no longer seeing a positive yield and have decided to exit the market. So a slight uptick in terms of those properties coming to the market. Overall for the Cairns region, yes, we still have record low stock levels, but they have increased a little bit compared to this time last month. Last month we were looking at about 580 active listings. Now we've got 609 as of the time of shooting this video. This is still, though, exceptionally low and a far cry from what our market had, stock on market, pre-COVID, of around 2,100 available listings. Current rental vacancy rates still, of course, holding exceptionally tight, sitting at around 0.5%. For your own context, healthy market, as mentioned before, is around that 3% mark. Regarding rental vacancy rates and rental prices, nationally, rental affordability is at its worst rate in 17 years, with it hitting a rental inflation decade high of 7.8%. We are definitely seeing this in the market as boots on the ground as well, with a lot of people being forced into the market as first home buyers, deciding to purchase because rents are just very, very unaffordable. And this has been reflected in the demand that we're seeing in the lower end of the market. If you've got a property, or if you're on the market and you've got a property that's in the 200,000s or even in the low 300,000s, the demand, the interest, the activity on those properties is absolutely insane. I myself listed one today. We commenced the advertising at mid to high twos. Within 3 hours of advertising, we had 5 inquiries and 2 people ready to submit offers. So the entry level is very, 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 very active. In fact, in Cairns, for the apartments across the board, everything sub 500 is moving along quite well, and a lot of demand there from the market. We do typically see this as the markets do ebb and flow. When a market starts to show those early signs of it's going to maybe retract in their median values, the top end is the first one to be affected, with inquiries reducing significantly. Whereas when a market is getting prepared to perhaps grow a little bit, it's the bottom end that sees the very first rumblings of those things, and an increase in overall buyer inquiry. So that's what we're seeing. In terms of my forecast, and if this is going to yield a meaningful and significant price increase, I think we will continue to see some stable growth for our region, as mentioned before, but we're not going to see, unlikely, 20 or 30% increases like we had in the last couple of years on the back of the COVID ramifications. New building approvals in our region are also down by 6%, while median prices for apartments are 12% up from this time a year ago. And taking a bit of a zoom out as well, just a nice little fun fact for you, over 25% of properties that were purchased last year in Queensland, Victoria and also New South Wales were actually paid for in cash, with no bank, no mortgage applied for those properties. I don't think that's because people have been saving up their shekels and everyone's running around with hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars in cash in the bank. More than likely, these are second and third purchases, people who have sold their property, made a good amount of equity, and have purchased with cash made from previous sales. So that is your April market update. Overall, very, very healthy. If you have any questions, of course, you can reach out anytime. A quick little side note as well before I let you go. Down below this video, you will see details of 4 hot buyers that we are working with. These people are real, absolutely, although they wouldn't be in there. They are qualified and they are eager to secure something. So if you have a property that matches the below requirements, and only if you are considering doing something, please give us a call. I do have some people that are genuine, ready to buy with those requirements. We will be able to save you a significant amount in your advertising cost, and of course remove all of the stress from the sale as well. Selling is very stressful, and that's why I'm going very, very grey for the ripe old age of just 31. Thanks so much for your time. Any questions, we're always at your service, but all the very best, and I'll see you next time.